The number one reason Trump will win re-election. You heard it here first. It's not what you think. It's not because the populists are taking over. It's just not. It's not because we're rebelling and, it's just not. Now, they are, and they did in 2020, if you know what I'm saying. But nope, the number one reason. You ready? It's what you think about it. It's so mind-bogglingly obvious. Because the last 4 years, they wanted the great sucking sound to the north of an unfettered young men to come here for whatever reason. And they got it. All this flow to the north, from the Darien Gap and all the way through. They wanted an unfettered immigration to come here. They don't want that forever because they can't control all those people. They being the cabal that runs things. Who these people are, I don't know. But they know they need more people here to control because they're assets. And they might be up to no good. And they might be up to good. I don't know. But they say we need a certain amount of people, fresh meat essentially, in here that we can control. And we got it. It's fun. Did you not hear the Kerry Lake thing? How the Arizona Republican guy, the chief Republican guy, basically said, "I have wealthy donors, very powerful donors back east who will basically give you anything to step out of the race." You think that is? That's all over the place, man. Do you think Joe Rogan? Why do you think Joe Rogan was given $100 million? Do you think it's because he's so freaking smart and witty? No, because he's controlled opposition. Come on, man. Just Joe Rogan, $100 million. Okay, come on, dude. And so they have these assets in place, and one of the things they needed, obviously, is they needed a bunch more people to come up. The great replacement theory, I don't know what it is, but you can't necessarily blame them. Young American men, well, they're not getting drafted, they're not joining the military. What are they doing? Well, they got them. It's the brave new world. Was it Sama instead of Sama? We got porn, we got sports, and we got gambling, and then massive amounts of entertainment. Porn, sports, and gambling. We don't have to work. We get to do whatever that is, car dash or door dash. It's crazy. So we don't have to work. We just play. We watch sports. We watch porn, and we gamble. We got our bellies filled. We don't need to do much. People still have to do stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? It's still got to be stuff that gets done. And so the great cabal who runs things, whoever they do, they say we need more people, and we control these people too. We have assets, intelligence, if that makes sense. 100%. These are intelligent. There's many intelligent operators. 100%. But they said we can't have Sniffy Joe because now we got to shut this down. And the only way we can shut this down, because Sniffy Joe's not going to do it, is have Trump come in there and shut it down. Then everyone will go back to the two peas in a pod. We're fighting each other, or the two wings of the same bird. We're fighting amongst. There's this lady on Facebook I know from when I was. She's one of my mom's friends when I was growing up on Peaks Island, and she hates Trump. And she posts all this stuff. And the last thing I saw, some guy posted that she forwarded or whatever, reposted. She goes, "I'd rather be. I'm glad I'm fat and nasty than a Republican or than a Trump supporter or something." I can't remember what it was. I'm glad I'm old and fat and nasty than a Trump supporter or something like that. I just chuckled because, dude, I used to get so enthralled in this stuff. Like, oh, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Oh, I'm like, oh, don't you understand? Want to keep each other at odds. And so what they do is you have to. You can't be the Washington Generals all the time. You got to give the Washington Generals wins. And the Washington Generals sometimes are the Republicans, the Washington Generals sometimes are the Democrats, but they're both two birds, the two wings of the same bird, and they just want us fighting amongst each other so we don't see the actual bird. And frankly, it's okay. It's okay. I've come to accept a big brother. Think about it. We've had massive, massive cold streak that came down. Very few powers went underwater, or out. I know there's some storms. I know some people got killed. I get all that. But in terms of the grid was resilient, big time. You still had food in your groceries. You still had roads. You still had your entertainment. You still had everything you could possibly have needed during some of the most massive cold streaks we've had in years. And still everything survived just fine. By and large, I know there's some people affected with flood. I get all that. But the society as a whole, we went unscathed. Think about the logistical skill it takes to do that. It's amazing. It's incredible, actually. It's an incredible feat. I went to the grocery yesterday. Got to get bananas. There's no one growing bananas in the winter in America. Those have to be shipped. There's pineapples. Ain't no one growing pineapples in the continental 48. Not happening. Yet there they were, in abundance. All kinds of, all this stuff, in abundance. Think about the level of sophistication to keep that intact. It's amazing. I have my house. There's no squatters. There's no Antifa thugs that can come take my house because we do have this thing called property rights. Who enforces property rights? It's the state. The state enforces property rights. But I want a state. I hate the state. Okay, anarchist from the right and the left. Good luck with that. When the thugs come and take your property, who are you going to turn to? There is no state. I mean, again, I love Big Brother. Big Brother's awesome. Freaking 3 hots and a cot, dude. I'm loving it. I can do this from home in my JD Pinkus t-shirt, which I saw JD Pinkus and Telekinetic Yeti with my daughter down in Atlanta the night before Thanksgiving. Life's good. Life's good. Could it be better? Sure. Could it be worse? A hell of a lot worse. So they needed the assets in. Now they got to close the border, and they know Biden can't do it because no one's going to take him seriously. So they're going to get Trump in there to close the border. Trump is going to deport a few of these people potentially, but the vast majority of the assets that are here, come hell or high water, they're here and they're staying. They ain't going anywhere. And a lot of them are going to be doing laborious tasks that Americans won't do anymore. But some are going to be, abolished 100%. Just going back to the bribes and the money that changes hands, all these people. And they'll probably be doing some surveillance on you and making sure you're up, you're not. The one thing the people in charge don't want, they don't want rebels. They don't want rebels. They just want people to say, okay, I'm going to do my own personal jihad internally. I'm going to create my own personal jihad, right? And live my best life according to God's wishes. But I'm not going to rebel against Caesar. I'm just not going to do it. And I'd encourage you to think the same way, dude. Live your own personal jihad. You know what I'm saying? And obviously get right with God. Whoever God yours is, my God is, I believe that God is the only Son with Jesus Christ, and He died on a cross, killed, so that we can open the pearly gates for us. And so that when we get up there and we knock on the pearly gates, St. Peter opens it, and then we hear the good Lord and the trumpets of the choir of the angels saying, and the good Lord saying, well done, good and faithful servant. That's my belief, 100%. I believe it's because Jesus' death on a cross allowed that to happen. Do I know that for a fact? Nope. But I'm very comfortable with that belief, and it's wonderful. It's liberating. You might have a different belief. I still think you got to get right with whatever your belief is. Get right with God instead of focusing on the Caesars of the world. Focus on your internal being, and recognize that at the end of the day, the people, they don't want rebels. They don't want rebellion because that's just chaos. And the one thing the people in charge don't want is chaos. And one thing you don't want is chaos either. You don't want chaos where freaking violent thugs take over. Just look at some of these inner cities, man, with these violent, I remember when I was growing up in D.C., they had a guy, Raphael Edmonds, I think is his name. Horrific violent thug who had, took over parts of Southeast D.C. The cops couldn't touch him. They finally got him. But still, it's like you could not, he was running things, dude. It's horrible. You don't want that, dude. Anyways, and the people in charge, they don't want that either. They want to be in charge. They are Caesars. That's why you give to Caesar what's Caesar, give to God what's God's. Remember, Caesar in this world, you know what I'm saying? We say, I'm going to give to you your money, and then I'm going to give the rest to what the good Lord tells me to do. Caesar's got to get paid, and Caesar's got to be adhered to. And they know at the end of the day, they need to keep us. We need to have say, we need Trump to win, we need Biden to win. We need freaking Bush to win, we need Obama to win. We need Carter to win, we need Reagan to win. It's just got to go back and forth so we play each other like fools. And that's what they're going to do. They say, we got what we need for this, the short term. Trump will win back in office. And then 4 years later, whatever's going to happen, he might not survive. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But whatever happens, it won't be Bernie. I don't know. Who the hell knows what's going to be 4 years? It'd be DeSantis against Newsom. You know what I'm saying? And while I like DeSantis they're still both part of the same bird. Not much you can do. So just live your best life and enjoy it, because it could be a hell of a lot worse. So you heard it here first. Trump's going to win. Not even going to be close. Yeah, it'll be close enough to keep people at 51-49, something like that. They got to keep people at, they got to keep people looking down, not looking up. All right. God bless. Love to hear your thoughts. See ya.